Shalom to all of you and our youngest children. If you want to come down to the front, Benjamin, if you want to bring the youngest people down to the front, that's absolutely fantastic. Ezra, the ones who are reading, you can come here maybe, just to let them come and sit down there. Yes, come on. You come and sit in here. You can't see them, but in the sanctuary, we're full of our young people from our Cheder who are celebrating the last day of their Cheder term for this academic year. We bring ourselves together in community by putting on our talitot together and say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit. And please be seated. And Ezra, you can come up here already if you want to. It is a wonderful day, absolutely fantastic to be all together. And you can maybe think about giving a little bit of thanks for the people who are around you, young people, for your teachers, for your friends who you've met and enjoyed being with through the year. And there's a song that we sing on all occasions when we want to thank God for all of the special people around us. You know it really well, so you have to teach it to all of the more mature people in the congregation. It goes something like this. Hine ma tov u'manahayim she'berachim gam yahachad. Hine ma tov u'manahayim she'berachim gam yahachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manahayim she'berachim gam yahachad. Hine ma tov u'manahayim she'berachim gam yahachad. She'berachim gam yahachad.
My soul came to me pure, drawn from the reservoir of the holy. All the time it remains within me. I am thankful for its thirst, for compassion and justice. Let my eyes behold the beauty of all creatures. Let my hands know the privilege of righteous deeds.
We praise you, O God, in whose hands are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. And we say our blessings together for waking up in the morning. Should we do it all together? We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, for eyes to see. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, for clothes to wear. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, for the joy of freedom. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, for providing for all our needs. And Alice, would you like to come up?
Teach me, God, to pray, to praise, the splendor of ripe fruit, the wonder of a wrinkled leaf, the freedom to see, to feel, to breathe, to know, to hope, and even to know grief. Teach my lips blessing, song, and praise, when you renew your time each night, each dawn, so that my days will not repeat my yesterdays, to save my life from the mere routine of all days gone.
And Alice, do you know who Leah Goldberg is? Well, she was an amazing, amazing writer and poet. And maybe, actually, we ought to do a bit of research about some of the poets and the authors of these. And I think you'd be amazingly impressed about how very early last century a woman was really very, very renowned for all of her writing, just as you are very renowned in your early years as well. Thank you very much indeed, Alice. So we turn over the page at the top of page 3a. We read together in Hebrew as Jaden comes up here. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch hu. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, ha'mekulal b'fi amo, b'shubach umfo'ah bilshon chasidav v'avadav, b'shvachot u'vizmirot, negadeh lecha v'namlichecha, malkeinu yachid chei ha'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai melech mekulal, Batishbahot. Brian, I'm now really sorry I took your step away. I don't think Jaden needs it. I'm joking, Jaden. Come on.
Everybody suddenly burst out singing, and I was filled with such delight, as prisoned birds must find in freedom, winging wildly across the white. Orchards and dark green fields, on, and out of sight. Everyone's voice was suddenly lifted, and beauty came like the setting sun. My heart was shaken with tears and horror, drifted away, but everyone was bird, and the song was wordless. The singing will never be done.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשו ועלי נבר, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך אראה. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. Please rise. And we read together in Hebrew, Yishtabach Shimcha La'ad Malkeinu, Ha'el HaMelech HaGadol VaHakadosh, Bashamayim Uba'aretz. Ki lecha na'eh Adonai Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu. Shir ushvacha, Hallel v'zimra, Brachot v'hodaot me'ata ve'adolam, Baruch ata Adonai, Habocher b'shirei zimra. Sometimes when we get very used to things, we just take things for granted. Very simple things might be slightly different, but we may not notice them. I need you to be detectives this morning, spies, scouts, sleuths. And I want you to tell me at the end of the service, if I remember to ask, what is different in the sanctuary today to our normal setup? I also need to ask, what key are we doing Ms. Moshe, Baruch Hu, because we always do it, and so we didn't practice it. I start it. Okay, there we go. Nine, 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 And we read together in English. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, Maker of light and Creator of darkness, Author of peace and Creator of all things. In your mercy you give light to the earth and all who live on it. And in your goodness you renew creation continually, day by day. How manifold are your works, O God! With wisdom have you made them all. The world is full of your creations. Your handiwork proclaims your praise. The radiant stars bear witness to your glory. We praise you, O God, Creator of light. And we continue together in Hebrew. Ahava Rabbah Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu. Chemla Gedola V'Teira Chamalta Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu. Ba'avor Avotenu Shabatachu V'cha. V'atlamdeim Chukei Chaim. Kein Tochonenu Utlamdenu. V'teim B'lebeinu Lahavin Ulhaskil. Lishmoa Lilmod Ulalamed. Lishmor V'la'asot Ulkayem. Et kol divrei Toratecha be'ahava. V'chata li'achedecha ba'achava, Baruch ata Adonai, habocher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Lila?
Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard Lecha Lecha, go forth. God disturbs us towards our destiny by hard events, and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming.
Please rise.
Adonai Echad.
seated.
Shores of history, we still believe that we were taught before ever we stood in Sinai, that wherever we were, it is internally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Oh, me. Ata Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanura, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imachot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei v'Neihem, למען שמו באחווה, מלך חוזר ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב לחושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי Amazing. We sanctify your name on earth. As in the prophet's vision, the hosts of heaven sing your praise above. As it is written. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzavaot, Elokei haaretz, God's glory fills rules the universe. Let us feel your presence, our God, always guiding us, for we trust in you.
Let us sing the soul in every name, and let us the name of every soul. Let us sing the soul in every name, the scared name of every soul.
The sacred name.
The sacred name of every soul.
We're not scared. It's okay. We're sacred. That means we're holy. We're very, very special there. Thank you so much. You read so beautifully. And I think we can definitely say, from generation to generation, we will make known your greatness. To the end of time, we will proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O our God, shall never depart from our lips. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. Please be seated. Thank you, Leah. Wasn't that so beautiful? There's special times when you just have a moment and it's silent after hearing something or seeing something just so beautiful, and you just let it settle. So in the middle of the page, maybe we can read together. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Baruch atah Adonai, havtosh shimcha, laha na'er, l'chodod. And at the top of the next page. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kulam. And as we let that prayer float up, who knows where, we can just pray that those leaders who can bring peace will hear the words that we have just sung and the words on nearly everybody's lips. Let's pause for a few moments. As we turn to our Torah service, could I ask that our youngest class comes up onto the bima with me, because we're going to open the Ark, and if you can help me to do that, that will be absolutely fantastic. And maybe Theo, and if you would like to come up to take the scroll as well, please. Let's come up onto the bima. Leah, Arthur, do you want to come up onto the bima? Do you want to come up onto the bima? Come on. There we go. Do you want to help them? So some of you come this side. There we go. If you want to spread yourselves all around, that's fantastic. There we go. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities, to hear, to learn, to revere the Eternal One, your God, to observe faithfully the words of this Torah, and let their children who do not yet know it hear, that they too may learn to revere Adonai, your God. Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. One is our God, great our sovereign, holy is God's name. Come down.
All
Oh, yeah, whichever side you fancy. Now, we've had all of the silverware checked in the synagogue recently, and a whole inventory done, and a whole inventory of what we have, except I now can't find my yud. So I'm sure it'll turn up very well. It's probably my mess after we've been away for a little while as well. But I have got my special yud, which I got for my bar mitzvah. So Mum and Dad bought this for my bar mitzvah. It's a replica. It's not the real McCoy, of a very ancient one found in Israel. So this is one that I have for my bar mitzvah, and one day, when I find it, I'll show you the one that I use today. Dennis is asleep. Anybody who is following in a Chumash, it's on page 979, the opening parts, and you'll be able to read the portion if you wish to, but we're going to have a précis of it, and we do the blessings first.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamavorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amin, v'notan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe le'emor, and the Eternal One spoke to Moses, saying, Shalach lacha, send out anashim, some people, v'yaturu et eretz Canaan, and check out the land of Canaan. But do you know what the land of Canaan was? It's what today's sort of land of Israel is, okay? It was an old name for it. So they were going to go and check it out, okay? And what were they going to check it out with? Asher ani noten livnei Yisrael, the land which I'm going to give to the Israelites. Ish echad lemate avotav. One person from every tribe should go out as one of the scouts. Tishlachu kol nasibachem. Send out all of the princes, the leaders of the people. Well, the people go out, and Moses further says to them, go up, see whether their cities are fortified, as in would we be able to defeat them in war, see whether the land is good, in other words, are we going to be able to grow our fruit and vegetables on there so that we can survive? And right at the end of it, it just adds on a tiny bit. Now, it happens to be the season of the first ripe grapes. Now, if you were sleuths, detectives, spies, or scouts, and you wanted to come and give evidence back to Moses about whether the land was a good kind of land, what do you think you would bring back? Yes, Scott?
Great.
Well, absolutely, grapes. And if you have a look up on your screens right now, we see an image which has become really, really famous. So much so that it's gone on stamps. And that is two of the spies bringing back not a little cluster of grapes, but a right whopper. I mean, can you imagine how big these, look at David and myself, and can you imagine a kind of bunch of grapes which nearly goes down to our feet? I mean, that is a whopper. So they brought back a whopping bunch of grapes to show how abundant the land was, how good a land it would be. Or at least two of them did. But the other 10 came back and they said, actually, not such a good place. And those 10, were able to persuade the people that they shouldn't go into the land and they shouldn't go in and possess it. So God said, do you know what? Because you didn't trust in me, you're going to have to wander around in the desert for 40 years. And if you look at the Torah, it always matches up numbers. The spies, the sleuths, the detectives, they went into the land to look around for how many days? 40. And so their punishment for not trusting in God was then to wander around in the wilderness for 40 years until another generation came along that would trust in God and would come into the land. And we're going to hear a little bit from a book of the Bible from one of those people. Because the two who the Torah says were the spies who came back with a whopping cluster of grapes, they were Caleb and Joshua. And we're going to hear from the book of Joshua in a few moments' time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu
So we're down here.
Torah Chavachayei olam nata b'torcheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Shekoyach. Would you please rise? Shatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'kedushat Torah. And if our youngest class again would like to come and help Theo to dress the scroll this time, okay? Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Benjamin, for helping as well. And while they're doing that, please be seated. We're going to get onto our Haftarah reading, which comes from the Tanakh, from the second part of it, Nevi'im, and it is the book of Joshua that we're going to be reading from. And first of all, so if all those people who are going to be reading from the book of Joshua would like to come up here, please. First of all, Judy is going to sing us the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher ba'a b'nbi'im tovim v'rasa v'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboker b'Torah u'v'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'v'nbi'ei be'emet.
Amen. And if you just come back and sit yourself down on there. There we go. Please. If you want to come right here, because we've got all of you cluster. You're going to have to cluster around like a cluster of grapes. Abundant, ripe, wonderful grapes. There we go. Okay. And you're going to have to speak really loud into this.
Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent 2 men from Shittim as spies.
Go, check out the region of Jericho and see if we can defeat it.
So they set out, and they came to the house of a certain prostitute named Rahab and lodged there.
King of Jericho, some men have come here tonight, Israelites, to spy out the country.
With a little investigation work, the messenger hears that the men were staying at Rahab's house.
Rahab, produce the men who have come to you and entered your house, for they have come to spy on the whole country.
The woman, however, had taken the 2 men and hidden them.
It is true, the men did come to me, but I didn't know where they were from. And at dark, when the gate was about to be closed, the men left, and I don't know where the men went. Quick, go after them, for you can overtake them.
Actually, she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them under some stalks of flax that she had lying on the roof. So the men pursued them in the direction of the Jordan down to the fords. And no sooner had the pursuers gone out that the gate of the city was shut behind them.
Act 2, Scene 1.
The spies had not yet gone to sleep when she came up to them on the roof.
I know that God has given the country to you, for we have heard how God dried up the waters of the Sea of Reeds for you when you left Egypt. When we heard about it, we lost heart, and no one had any more spirit left because of you. For the eternal your God is the only God in heaven above and on earth below. Now, since I have shown loyalty to you, swear to me by God that you in turn will show loyalty to my family. Provide me with a reliable sign that you will spare the lives of my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them, and save us from death.
Our lives are pledged for yours, even to death. If you do not disclose this mission of ours, we will show you true loyalty when God gives us the land.
She led them down by a rope through the window, for her dwelling was at the outer side of the city wall, and she lived in the actual wall. Rahab...
Oh, no, that's meant to be Rahab. I just didn't put in a...
Make for the hills, so that the pursuers may not come upon you. Stay there in hiding 3 days until the pursuers return. Then go your way.
We will be released from this oath that you have made us take, unless when we invade the country, you tie this length of crimson cord to the window through which you let us down. Bring your father, your mother, your brothers, and all your family together in your house. And if anyone ventures outside the doors of your house, their blood will be on their head, and we shall be clear. But if a hand is laid on anyone who remains in the house, with you. Their blood shall be on our heads. And if you disclose this mission of ours, we shall likewise be released from the oath that you made us take.
Let it be as you say.
She sent them on their way, and they left, and she tied the crimson cord to the window.
Act 3, Scene 1.
They went straight to the hills and stayed there 3 days, until the pursuers turned back. And so the pursuers, searching all along the road, did not find them. Then the 2 men came down again from the hills and crossed over. They came to Joshua, son of Nun, and reported to him all that had happened to them.
God has delivered the whole land into our power. In fact, all the inhabitants of the land are quaking before us.
The epilogue.
Spies, go into the prostitute's house and bring out the woman and all that belonged to her, as you swore to her.
So the young spies went in and brought out Rahab, her father and her mother, her brothers and all that belonged to her. They brought out her whole family and left them outside the camp of Israel. Rahab the prostitute and her family were spared by Joshua, along with all that belonged to her, and she dwelt among the Israelites, as is still the case, for she had hidden the messengers that Joshua sent to spy out Jericho.
And that is the end of the Haftarah for today. And, as I said, I still want to know what is different about the sanctuary today. Judy, would you like to give us the... Thank you so much, all of our wonderful actors.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol haolamim tzaddik b'kol hadarot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer va'oseh hamdaber u'mekayim shekol devara emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avdalah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh שנתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, להורות ותפארת על הכל. אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לה, ומברכים אותה. יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
Amen. Shekoyach. Okay. Go down that way. Use that. And so if you would please stand one more time, and young people, if you can come up and open the ark for me again. Okay. Theo, if you want to...
It is a tree of life to them that are fast to it and all of its importance all. Happy it is a tree of life to them that are fast to it and all of its importance all. Happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life to them that are fast to it and all of its supporters all. Happy it is a tree of life to them that are fast to it and all of its supporters all. Happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Go and take that corner, please. And young people, if you want to come under our special canopy here. Lila, if you take a corner, there we go. Common sense. So, young people, if you all want to come and gather around, and older ones, if you want to come around, Sam, come on, Amos. As we get to the end of this Cheder year, we hope that you have had learnt quite a bit, and most importantly to us, that you have had a fantastic time being together here every Saturday morning. We say a very traditional blessing on to all of you, May your eyes sparkle with the light of Torah. May your ears hear the music of its words. May the space between each letter of the scrolls bring warmth and comfort to your soul. May the syllables draw holiness from your heart, and may its holiness be gentle and soothing to you and all God's creatures. Yivarechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may God reach out to you in tenderness and bring you peace. And let us say, Amen. Choir. Okay. Tree of life, if you want to go down now. And the young people, if you want to, the youngest remain standing if you're able, then we have our concluding prayers. On page 14a. Aleinu l'shabach la'adon hakol, la'tei gdula li'otzeh bereshit, asher sam chelkeinu li'ached et shemo, v'gor aleinu la'hamlich malchuto. And then all that has divided us will merge, and you can read with me, and then compassion will be wedded to power. And then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind. And then both men and women will be gentle, and then both women and men will be strong. And then no person will be subject to another's will. And then all will be rich and free and varied. And then the greed of some will give way to the needs of many. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures. And then all will live in harmony with one another and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again. Adonai, Melech Adonai, Malach Adonai, Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed. On this Shabbat, we recall the yahrzeits of those remembered in our community. Derek Blaine, the husband of Andrea. Graham Newman, the husband of Jackie. Rachel Morris, the mother of John. Stephen Herban, the husband of Judy and father of Ed and Jess. James Ryber, the father of Jean. Roland Minton, the father of Howard. Sue Brody, the wife of Leah, mother of Anna. Adolph Conn, the father of Elkan. Hannah Sable, the wife of John and mother of Judith, Daniel and Susan. Gerald and Lynn Edelman, the parents of Keith and David, and Ephraim Freeman, the father of Sandy, and Margie Kirshner, the wife of Glenn. We were saddened to announce also the death of Lorraine Jackson Lucas, the mother of Leonora Smallwood. Zecher Tzadikim Livracha. May their memories remain with us always for a blessing. As we say together, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma tivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mavarach le'olam u'lalmei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'a v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitada v'yitalei v'yitalal shemei d'kudisha b'richu, Le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran ba'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Israel, v'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru. Amen. May great peace descend from heaven, and abundant life be granted to us, to all Israel, to all peoples, and to all those who mourn. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. In a few moments' time, we'll go across to the Azorio Hall all together so we can make Kiddush. And then at 12 o'clock, I just can't set time back. It's 10 o'clock somewhere. We have a picnic out the back if you want to join us, a family picnic. I did say last night that other members of the congregation could join as well. It's on picnic mats, so you needed to make sure that you could get up again after you go down. A couple of very big, wonderful muzzle toffs as well today, because we have a recent birthday of Amira, and the Schultzes have bought some things to enjoy for Kiddush to celebrate with them as well. And also, another very, very special birthday, if I can see her, there we go, for Irene Crosby. Irene's birthday today. So we wish you happy birthday also. All I can tell you is when you add up the numbers, it's 93. Thank you so much for everybody who's made this service really, really special, to everybody who's just mucked in and last minute and created this beautiful thing, to our wonderful singers, to Franklin making the music, through to Jean and Richard as well in our TAC booth. For those of you who are online and would like to join us for Kiddush, then please log in on the code just below your screen at the moment and join Ellie and Howard, already set in there as well. Maybe Howard's celebrating something I couldn't work out, but because he's got a special bow tie on him as well. Birthday as well, so another birthday. What does that up to then? 93 plus what? Don't worry, just 5. Let's sing to conclude in the way that we started off the service. How good it is when we all come together. Hinei matov u'manayim shemelachim gam yahachar. Hinei matov u'manayim shemelachim gam yahachar. How good it is! How good it is! How sweet it is! How sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is! How good it is! How sweet it is! How sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei matov u'manayim shemelachim gam yahachar. Hinei matov u'manayim shemelachim gam yahachar. Shemelachim gam yahachar. Would you please rise? A very, very simple blessing on everybody. A simple blessing about going on journeys, whether we're acting as sleuths, detectives, spies, or scouts, going out into the world to check out and look at everything, find everything that is good there. And also, if you want to come up, I haven't forgotten, what has been different in the sanctuary today. Adonai ishmor tzeitecha uvoecha me'ata ve'ad olam. May the Eternal One guard you whenever you come into a place, and also when you leave it as well. Shabbat shalom to you all. Shabbat shalom, and we're going to go next.